Pied Piper of Hamelin. A very long, long time ago, in a town called Hamelin, which stood on the river Weser, a strange thing happened. This town of Hamelin was overrun by rats. There were thousands of them. There were so many that people just didn't know what to do, because the rats fought the dogs, killed the cats, licked the babies in their cradles, drank the soup out of great big ladles, split open casks of salted sprats, made their nests in men's Sunday hats, even spoiled the women's chats. It was really terrible, and no one knew what to do about it. One day, a crowd went to the town hall to see the mayor and corporation, to ask them to do something about these awful pests. They said if he didn't do something quickly, they would throw him out. The mayor became very worried and upset, because he didn't know what to do either. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. In came the strangest man they had ever seen. His suit was half yellow and half red. He was tall and thin with blue eyes and a mouth that seemed always to be smiling. He told the mayor and corporation he could help them get rid of the rats. He told them how he could make anything that crawled or flew or walked follow him if he wished. He said his name was the Pied Piper. He had a yellow scarf around his neck, and at the end of it he kept his pipe. He said he could get rid of the awful rats, but it would cost them 1,000 gold coins if he succeeded. The mayor said, "If you can do this, I will give you not 1,000, but 50,000. Anything you wish." The piper stepped into the street, put the pipe to his lips and started to play. Suddenly, there was a sound of muttering. And then the muttering became a sound of grumbling. Out of the houses the rats came tumbling, great rats, small rats, lean rats, brawny rats, brown rats, black rats, grey rats, tawny rats, old ones, young ones, fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins, families running in their dozens, brothers, sisters, husbands, wives, following the piper for all their lives. The piper went from street to street, the rats dancing after him. They came to the river Weser. And into the river fell the rats, hundreds and hundreds of them. And they were all drowned. But not quite all. One swam across to the other side. It ran back to Ratland to tell what had happened, to tell how all the rats had drowned, except for him. Back in the town, the people were so happy the rats had gone that they rang the bells so hard that they almost knocked down the steeple. The mayor told the people to get long poles, clear out the nests and block up the holes so that never again would there be rats in the town. In the marketplace, the Pied Piper suddenly appeared and asked the mayor to pay him the 1,000 gold coins he had promised.
"No," said the mayor. "Do you think I would be so stupid as to pay such a large sum of money to a man dressed in such silly clothes? You can't do anything about it anyway. All the rats have been drowned and can't come back. But I don't want to be unfair, so I will pay you 50 gold coins instead of the 1,000.
The Pied Piper became very angry, as indeed he should, because a promise had been broken. He told the mayor he was dishonest and he would punish him for it.
"Do your worst,"
shouted the mayor. Into the streets again stepped the Pied Piper. He sounded 3 notes on his pipe. Suddenly, there was a rustling, a sound as if crowds were bustling. Small feet pattering, wooden shoes clattering, little hands clapping, little tongues chattering. Out of the houses the children came running. Little boys and little girls with rosy cheeks and golden curls. Eyes were sparkling, teeth like pearls. Tripping and skipping ran merrily after the Pied Piper with shouts and laughter. The mayor and corporation could not believe their eyes. They could hardly move. All they could do was watch their children following the sounds of the pipe. They became very frightened as the piper turned towards the river. They remembered what had happened to the rats. But suddenly, the piper turned towards the mountain.
"It's too high! He'll never get over the top!"
shouted the mayor. When they reached the mountainside, a huge doorway opened, and in went the children. Then, with a tremendous bang, the doorway shut tight behind them. But not all of them. One little boy was lame and couldn't keep up. He returned sadly to the town, but there were no longer any other children to play with. When the grown-ups asked him why he had followed the piper, he said that the piper's tune had said that inside the mountain there was a wonderful place where children could play and sing and dance. A place that was magical and where children could have anything their hearts desired. They looked everywhere for the Pied Piper. They said they would pay him all the gold and silver in the town if he would only bring the children back. But it was too late. The children had gone forever. On the great church window in the city of Hamelin, they painted the story of how their children were stolen away, and it stands there to this very day.